Welcome to Anaphrem Market Perspectives.
Anaphrem Market Perspectives, Monday Outlook, August 4th, 2025. Hello everyone and welcome to your Monday morning edition of Anaphrem Market Perspectives. With earnings season in full swing, global tariffs roiling markets, and key economic indicators on deck, we're kicking off the first full week of August in a state of high alert. From big pharma to big tech, and from Tokyo to Toronto, this week's developments could reshape both investor confidence and consumer sentiment. Let's dive into the themes shaping the week ahead. Market recap and pre-market pulse. The S&P 500 ended last week slightly weaker, weighed down by broad declines in semiconductors and healthcare. However, tech titans like Microsoft plus 3.95% and Amazon plus 1.70% helped cushion the blow, while Meta stole the spotlight with an 11.25% surge, thanks to its aggressive AI integration and advertising strength. By contrast, Tesla, 3.38%, Google, 2.32%, and Broadcom, 2.95%, pulled back, highlighting mixed sentiment in mega-cap growth stocks. Pre-market Monday shows cautious optimism. Defensive stocks are firming up, while tech maintains leadership with support from MSFT and ORCL. Tariff turmoil. Trump's trade reset enters. Phase 2. The new tariffs have officially landed, and they're shaking up global trade. On August 1st, President Trump enacted sweeping duties, ranging from 10% to 41%, targeting nearly every U.S. trade partner. Here are the key takeaways. Canada's tariff increased to 35%, a sharp retaliation tied to political tensions, including Ottawa's Palestine recognition and border issues. Switzerland was hit with a 39% duty, one of the highest despite ongoing negotiations. Laos and Myanmar face brutal 40% plus rates, while Brazil's tariffs were reduced to 10% after diplomatic talks. Although countries like Mexico received a 90-day extension, uncertainty still looms. The tariff fallout is pushing retailers like Walmart and Nike to hike prices, making U.S. consumers the biggest losers. According to Yale's Budget Lab, the average household may pay an extra $2,400 annually due to tariff-driven inflation. The global supply chain is being redrawn as Asian and European firms pivot toward Latin America, now viewed as a more stable sourcing base. Economic calendar. Heavy global data on tap this week delivers a flurry of data across key economies. Here's what to watch. Monday, U.S. and Canada holiday. U.S. factory orders, June, expected to remain strong, prior, plus 8.2%. Tuesday, U.S. trade balance, June. Forecast, minus $71.5 billion. S&P services, PMI and ISM, non-manufacturing. Signals for consumer health and service sector vitality. Canada trade balance and PMI, closely watched after tariff news. Wednesday, oil inventories and auctions may impact energy-sensitive names like COP and WMB. China's imports chucks exports, crucial amid rising tariffs and slower global growth. Thursday, U.S. jobless claims, initial 218,000. Continued, 1.946 million. BOE interest rate decision and inflation. Letter, eyes on the UK's housing market. Mexico CPI and rate decision. Forecast, cut to 7.75% from 8%. Friday, Canada employment report. Jobs forecast, plus 83.1 thousand. Unemployment rate, 6.9%. CFTC positioning reports. Insight into speculative market positioning. Earnings to watch. Global giants on deck. The earnings season continues with major reports that could shake sector sentiment. Monday, Berkshire Hathaway, AB, Palantir, Mercado Libre, Vertex. Tuesday, AMD, Caterpillar, Amgen, Pfizer, Arista Networks. Wednesday, McDonald's, Disney, Uber, Airbnb, Shopify, Emerson. Uber's technicals, see below, suggest potential for a reversal. Watch earnings closely. Thursday, Eli Lilly, Toyota, Siemens, Gilead, Sony. LLY's setup looks technically vulnerable. Earnings could be the trigger. Friday, Münchener Rueck, Plains All-American, Constellation Software. VIX watch, a storm may be brewing. The VIX surged 10.82% to 19.90, signaling rising anxiety. Volatility futures suggest that large traders are turning bearish, while commercial hedgers are taking the other side. With Trump's tariffs, global macro uncertainty, and dense earnings data ahead, expect volatility to remain elevated. A move above 21.50 could trigger a risk-off cascade. Bonus picks, what we're watching ETF pick. XLK, Technology Select Sector, SPDR Fund, closed near $230.95. With MSFT and META leading the charge, Ichimoku trend is bullish, and MACD is crossing into positive territory. Watch for a breakout above $233, which could lead to a rally toward $238. Uber Technologies, Uber, closed at $86.93. Ichimoku, below the cloud but flattening, near resistance at $87.13. MACD, slightly bullish crossover forming. Outlook, watch for earnings-driven breakout. If it crosses $88.88 cloud resistance, upside toward 91 plus is possible. Eli Lilly, LLY, closed at $762.52. Ichimoku, still below the cloud, resistance near $777.86. MACD, neutral but improving. Outlook, a strong earnings beat could lift LLY back towards 780, but failure may trigger downside below 755. Investor takeaways tariff regime reshapes trade dynamics. Canada, Switzerland, and others face high costs. Mega-cap earnings and job data could decide whether August begins bullish or breaks down. VIX suggests volatility is rising. Remain cautious heading into FOMC and CPI updates. XLK, UBER, and LLY offer compelling setups, driven by macro trends and earnings potential. Thanks for joining Anafram Market Perspectives. Tune in Friday for our full recap and a performance check on the picks. Until then, stay agile, stay informed, and trade with purpose.
Thanks for watching. If you found this valuable, hit subscribe and share this with others. See you next time on Anafram Market Perspectives.